Coming up on Look Today, Dr. Christine Duffy of SUNY Adirondack discusses important state legislation and how it will affect our community. I've got details. And Glens Falls prepares for a weekend of celebration in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. More on that coming up. And Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is named co-chair for the House Republican Tuesday group. I'll explain that. We've got details on Look Today coming up. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jay Hood Jackson, and this is Look Today. On tonight's program, I sit down with Dr. Christine Duffy. She's the president of SUNY Adirondack, and she's here to talk about Governor Cuomo's recent legislative agenda to make all SUNY colleges tuition-free. I also sit down with William Nickus. He's an attorney in Hudson Falls, and we're joined by Robert Cook. He's a village trustee for Hudson Falls, and they're here to talk about the community revitalization group called Phoenix Rising Project. Great interview. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, as part of Governor Cuomo's State of the State address, he announced a legislative initiative to make all SUNY colleges in New York State tuition-free. Now, under the governor's plan, students would qualify if they or their family earn $125,000 or less. That's an interesting number. This will have a significant impact on the lives of all New Yorkers. Well, Dr. Christine Duffy, who's the president of SUNY Adirondack, said she welcomes this new plan and believes it will help our community. And we spoke to her about what this plan may mean for our local area.
Well, anytime that we're talking about increasing access to higher education and to community colleges, we're thrilled and support the governor's proposal. We don't know a lot of details at this point, but should it be funded and that more students would be able to attend tuition-free, we would expect that we would see some increases in enrollment, and we would want to make sure we have the resources to be able to support them.
I also sit down with Dr. Duffy later on in this program for a more detailed conversation on this topic. All right, in other news, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is on Monday, which means this coming weekend there are going to be plenty of celebrations in our area in honor of him. Well, the annual community birthday celebration is scheduled for Sunday in Glens Falls. Now, this will include live musical performances and a march to the Christ Church United Methodist Church. That's located on Bay Street. We spoke to the event coordinator, Reverend Leonard Oates.
The uniqueness of our celebration, I believe, I don't know if anybody else does it, but we used to have keynote speakers come in from various places. We've had some great keynote speakers. However, it seems that the community receives the celebration much better since we've introduced our students as our keynote speakers.
There are going to be a lot of events going on this weekend, and stick around because at the end of this program, we've got a special treat for you. All right, switching from news to weather. Today saw temperatures warm up into the 50s. Where was this weather a week ago? I guess it's a heat wave. All right, let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. As we jump into our first look weather forecast, I'm your meteorologist, Brandon Boucher, and right now we are watching yet another cold front starting to advance on our way. We're going to see some more moisture streaming on in ahead of that, and even some more moderate shower activity on the way in. But another thing to be thinking of is high pressure coming in out of Canada behind all this. It means a big-time cool down, but still relatively mild air will slide on in over the next 24 hours. You can see even the lows tonight well above freezing, 41 Scranton, 35 Buffalo. We'll see 38 degrees Burlington. That southerly flow with a chance of showers will keep us just above freezing. In fact, overnight we're going to see temperatures for the drive home maybe just above the freezing mark, but as we wake up early tomorrow morning, maybe as warm as 37 to 38 degrees. So we're not going to be worried about any snowfall from this system. In fact, some more moderate rainfall likely between a quarter to a half inch of rain. We'll see the daytime high reaching up to 49 degrees for Thursday, but as we continue on over the next couple days, here comes that next blast of very cold air. We'll see the the high on Friday reaching 37 degrees, 26 on Saturday. And take a look at those morning lows throughout the weekend. 8 degrees early Saturday. Sunday, we'll see the overnight low down to 14, high reaching 30 on Sunday, 34 degrees on Monday. Well, that's it from the First Look Weather Center. Now let's get back to you, Jesse.
Thanks, Brendan. Looks like we got another day of at least that 49, 50-degree weather before it gets cold. Back to the news. Well, you know, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik has been selected as co-chair of the House Republican Tuesday Group. Now, that's a policy caucus within the House Republican Conference. Now, as a millennial, the Congresswoman is often valued for her fresh approach to the policies, especially, as you've seen when she's been here, her willingness to work on bipartisan issues. Congratulations, Congresswoman. All right, another news. The Rockmont Record Club here in Saratoga is getting ready for another history lesson in rock music. They're going to delve deep into the archives of, guess who? Deep Purple. Chuck Voskanian, the founder of the group, is preparing for his next class. And the presentation, as I told you, will feature Deep Purple's, the album they're going to feature is Machine Head. If you're old enough to know that album, you know what I'm talking about. He will provide a lot of backstories and discuss their influences. Now, the event's going to take place at Universal Preservation Hall on Tuesday, January 17th at 6:30. Now, we spoke to Chuck. He's on his way out of town, so we only had a few minutes with him, so that's why we're doing it tonight. Here's Chuck.
Rockmont's going great. Last time we had about 35, 40 people come for Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy, and we had a vote. We took a vote on what the next album was going to be. This month's album is Deep Purple's Machine Head, which has a great story associated with it that most of us already know.
Now, some of us here attended that Led Zeppelin, the Houses of the Holy lecture that he gave. It was fantastic. So I highly encourage you to go. Up next, I sit down with Dr. Christine Duffy. She's the president of SUNY Adirondack. She's here to talk about Governor Cuomo's recent legislative agenda to make all SUNY colleges tuition free. Some interview. Plus, I also sit down with William Nickus. He's an attorney in Hudson Falls and joined by Robert Cook. He's a village trustee for Hudson Falls, and they're here to talk about the community revitalization group called Project Phoenix Rising. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. And that singing that you don't hear coming from the control room, because it's my birthday, I know they're just waiting. I know they're just waiting back there to burst out here with a full chorus for happy birthday. So if you see any strange graphics on the screen or anything like that, I'm not supposed to know about it. But the real reason we have a lookout tonight is that you might remember earlier in this week, Garland Nelson and Leslie Dana were in to talk about the urgency of now. That's the celebration in Saratoga Springs coming up this weekend for Martin Luther King Jr. And many of you also know that Garland Nelson is one heck of a singer. And so we asked him, I said, are you going to be featuring any music? And he mentioned he was doing something a cappella. Now you can catch the full version of this on our website, and we're going to spend as much time as we can now with it. But we're going to close with Garland doing...
Hold on, Jesse. It's your birthday. You ambush us every single time. So today we have something special for you. So Drew, roll the outro.
Oh my God.
In honor of J. Hood Jackson's birthday, Look Media is proud to offer you the opportunity to become a card-carrying member of the J. Hood Jackson Fan Club. This offer is available for an unlimited time in unlimited quantities, so there's no rush to take any action whatsoever. Simply go to looktvonline.com/fanclub and print your card today. Just think how jealous your friends, family, and strangers will be when you show them you're a member. Be sure to sign and date your card to enjoy all the perks membership offers. Happy birthday, J. Hood.
Oh man. You know, you never know what's going to happen around here at Look Media. So look, I think that cannot be the opening act for Garland. So we're going to save Garland for tomorrow night, and it's worth catching, please. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good night. Tonight's, I think it's Saratoga City Council meeting. Is this Wednesday? Yes, it is Wednesday. My birthday. Good night, everybody.